and hopefully you have good afternoon, and hopefully you are having a better day than you had last week. Today we're going to come to you with the brand new breaking news that just came out yesterday from the Small Business Administration. As you know, the Paycheck Protection Program, as well as the EIDL program and other programs, was reinitiated on December 27th of last year, signed into law by then President Trump. Well, President Biden and Vice President Harris made an announcement yesterday that they're hopeful will impact small mom and pop businesses. And so that's what we're here to talk about today. Is a new initiative that has a very brief window on it that all mom and pop businesses, all small businesses need to pay attention to because it may positively impact your business. So the initiative is the SBA is prioritizing the smallest of the small businesses in the Paycheck Protection Program. So with that being said, the goal here is to provide equitable relief for mom and pop businesses. Coming out of Washington yesterday, building on a month of strong results, the Biden-Harris administration and the U.S. Small Business Administration are taking steps with the Paycheck Protection Program to further promote equitable relief for America's mom and pop businesses. The latest round of Paycheck Protection Program funding opened 1 month ago, and already the Biden administration has succeeded in making major improvements to the program's implementation. Three things come to mind as what improvements look like. Number one, for businesses with fewer than 10 employees, the share of funding is up nearly 60%. For businesses in rural communities, the share of funding is up nearly 30%. And the share of funding distributed through community development, financial institutions, and minority depository institutions is up over 40%. That's significant news because what that says is that the funds that are intended to help small businesses is actually getting to small businesses. So the SBA is if you don't know exactly who they are, they're a frontline agency working to create an exclusive economy focused on reaching women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, low and moderate income, rural and other underserved communities in very meaningful ways. While reported data illustrates we've made real strides in ensuring these funds are reaching underserved communities, we believe that we can still do better. As one of those that's on the front line, as the director of the Small Business Development Center in Tarrant County, I can tell you there's still a very strong need to reach out to the 40,000 small businesses in Tarrant County alone. So the fact that they are coming out with this program is great news because so many businesses, for various reasons, have not qualified for the PPP program or other government assistance program. This is intending to make it easier for them to qualify. So let me go through some of the bullets, some of the highlights from this announcement that was made yesterday. The simple progressive steps by the Biden-Harris administration further demonstrates a commitment to racial and gender equity, reaching low and moderate income, rural, urban, and underserved areas. The SBA will, number one, establish a 14-day exclusive PPP loan application period for businesses and nonprofits with less than 20 employees. This 14-day period is scheduled to start on Wednesday, February the 24th, and it will continue for 14 days. It'll start tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m. and will continue for 14 days. What is it intended to do? Pay attention if you fit one of these categories. It's intended to allow sole proprietors, independent contractors, self-employed individuals to receive more financial support by revising the PPP's funding formula for these categories of applicants. So if you are a sole proprietor, an independent contractor, or self-employed individual, then you will want to pay attention and track this process, because the intent is for you to be able to have greater success at getting some of the PPP funds. So the next thing is that what is it intending to do is there's going to be some things that's going to take away from the table. Things that have excluded small businesses before, but now they're going to try to include them so that small businesses will have a more equitable chance at getting some PPP funding. One of the first things that they're going to do is they're going to eliminate an exclusionary restriction on PPP access for small business owners with prior non-fraud felony convictions consistent with the bipartisan congressional proposal. So what that says is that if you have a felony, but it is a non-fraud felony, then they're trying to eliminate that as a disqualifier. More news on that to come, because there are some additional questions. But the intent is that if you have a felony and it's not fraud related, then and you have a viable business that meets the rest of the criteria, then you will be given additional considerations. Your chances of getting a PPP loan has increased. The next thing they're going to eliminate an exclusionary restriction on PPP access for small business owners who have struggled to make their federal student loan payments. They're going to do that by eliminating the federal student loan debt delinquency and default as a disqualifier to participants in the PPP program. Before, the way PPP was set up and is currently set up is that if you are behind on your loan, on your student loans, you would automatically be disqualified from the program. They're trying to waive that feature right there. So we know a lot of people still have student loan debt. Difficult economic times cause you to fall even further behind. In order to bring some equity to the table, they're saying they're looking to eliminate that as a restrictor. The next thing is that they want to ensure that access for non-citizen small business owners who are lawful U.S. residents, by clarifying that they may use individual taxpayer ID numbers to apply for the PPP. We've heard this before, where a lot of people have not qualified because they didn't have the right information, that therefore they were businesses that were paying taxes but for whatever reason, they were not eligible to participate in the PPP program. What this is intending to say, as I interpret it, is that if you have a taxpayer ID number, you now can go and apply for a PPP loan. This is breaking news. This is great news for all of those in the small business community. Okay, the 14-day period will again begin on tomorrow, on Wednesday, February the 24th at 9:00 a.m. Now, one thing about it is some of it is a little bit of a moving target. It's still being defined. So there are 4 changes that will be implemented during the first week of March. The SBA is still working on some of those program changes. You must pay very close attention or contact the Tarrant Small Business Development Center. Let us help you. We track this stuff. We track these changes. We track these modifications and updates on a daily basis. So if you are a small business that have been rejected by PPP before, then you need to contact us and let us give you the latest information, the latest data that is available, because this information is constantly flowing from DC. These actions will help to lay a foundation for a robust and equitable recovery for small businesses across the country. Small businesses, they employ half of the American workforce. They create 2 out of 3 of net new private sector jobs, and they reinvest 68% of their revenue to build and sustain our communities. That is impactful. That is important. That's why it's worth protecting. That's why it's worth setting up additional provisions so that small businesses can continue to contribute to our community and to our economic system. So with that being said, that's why the SBA, that's why the Biden-Harris administration know and realize that it's important that we bring these resources, which before have had some exclusionary provisions in there, bring them forward and remove some of those restrictions so that the people that provide half of the jobs in America, that provide infrastructure back into our community via their revenue, via their taxes, can have a shot at ensuring that their businesses get to live on another day. So with that being said, that is the latest news coming out of the Small Business Administration. I thought it was important that you understand that this is something you want to start tracking and tracing as early as possible. Let me give you a couple of pointers here. By all means, we want you to reach out to our center as we are staying very close to how this is impacting our small business community and our clients. Reach out to us at tarrantsbdc.org. Again, that's tarrantsbdc.org. Or feel free to call us at 817-515-2603. What I failed to do at the very beginning was to introduce myself. And so I'll take the liberty and tell you right now, my name is Rodney Johnson, and I have the pleasure of working for you, Mr., Mrs., small business, entrepreneurs. At the SBDC, what we do day in and day out is we help people start jobs, start their businesses, grow their businesses, or sustain their businesses. We do this at no charge to our entrepreneurs because these are supported funds by the Small Business Administration. So if you'll allow us to help you, we would be more than happy and honored to do so. Again, my name is Rodney Johnson. I hope you are having a better day than you had a week ago. So we look forward to hearing from you. By all means, call us. Rodney Johnson, Tarrant SBDC, 817-515-2603. Thank you.